I'll show you soon about how common rail relies on high pressure to actually even run. In fact, I'll do that now while we've got this one. Just going to put that back on, she won't start. This bracket here, guys, I'm not going to tell you too much about it because I'll cover it more on the course on Tuesday night. Hopefully you can bring this one back, Brian, on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
But also it's an earth bracket. And a lot of diagnostic problems with these vacuum modulators because people, the amount of times it's happened after an engine replacement, they've left this bracket off or left it loose and it's actually got an earth wire here. Okay, if it doesn't earth out, that doesn't even start. Because it's an earth for the starter mode, it's also an earth for the vacuum modulators, which controls your shut off here. Okay, your air shut off, that's also your EGR control. It reduces the airflow. Okay, you guys are coming Tuesday, so you'll see that. So I'm going to start this up, and I'm going to show you. Has anyone, or before I show you, has anyone ever done this before? Has anyone cracked an injector line while it's running? Common rail diesel?
No,
No? Why not?
very high pressure.
Yeah, but there's not much fuel contaminant.
Why people will tell you not to do everything else in the vehicle. Tell you not to even service them, don't they?
Service
We can stand back now.
Yeah.
I think it was a 45,000 PSI this guy.
I wouldn't stand there though, to be honest. You've seen what the high pressure does, and you've heard about what it does. Now, I will tell you, do not try this at home. Okay? It's under control, and do not tell anyone about it either. I'm going to show you how common rail diesel relies on. That's about as much pressure that'll kill you. I don't know, maybe the shock would kill you more just thinking about it. Okay? The best way to kind of describe you how it relies on high pressure to even run. So if it's starting to get problems like starting like that before, now watch this, I've left it loose. Now you even see on cranking, we'll hardly even spray anything out there. So don't even, the amount of people that go, Glenn, I've done a fuel filter, I've had pipe, I've done some kind of repair, and I've tried to bleed the system, I've cracked all the injector lines, I can't get it to go. I can't get even fuel out of there. I was like, well, I used to say, no you won't. Years back, I used to say, no you won't. Then it got to a point where I say, no worries, I can help you with that, but it's going to cost you. You get to a point where you're better off, if you're paying for it, you'll learn more. So. Just a little bit in there, it'll be a little bit of residual, but if you keep doing that, anyone will put their hand over there while it's doing it?
It'll be right now.
Do you want to crank it over? I'll put my hand over.
Yeah, it might be now.
Hey?
Might be now.
Yeah, there's actually, I'll tell you why it won't. It's probably got about 10 bar, not even.
Clinton, if you had that sitting and then you open it, you'd have a lot of pressure in there though?
If you had it sitting?
Sitting without it running? For residual pressure? No?
No. Oh, you mean like when it drops off?
Straight up.
Straight up.
Yeah, off the turn off. You watch it, it still holds a bit of residual.
So you wouldn't want to be undoing an injector really?
No, still, I'll show you. I'll start up and run it.
Yeah.
I'll turn it off and I'll crack that.
So it's a myth?
Can be, but
I said
still,
listen.
Yeah.
but
wouldn't
there
do
are
it.
situations where some systems don't allow that to happen. Trucks, for instance, some of them have a differential valve in the rail. If there's nothing worse, imagine that happening on a heavy haulage. They crack an injector, they break an injector line often while they're driving heavy haulage. Here we are carting $1 million worth of brie. I'm referring back to pulled from the brie cheese thing when
Yeah, that's right.
so refrigerated truck driving along, $1 million worth of cheese, breaks an injector line and can't drive anymore. So what they do in a lot of trucks is they run a differential valve. If it ever breaks an injector line, it has a two-way valve in there. It has a two-valve setup, so it's got enough pressure to override one valve to let the fuel pass. If it loses pressure, the other one, the pressure takes away the the force from the other valve, and the other valve snaps closed. It closes it, not completely. They'll still drive and spray fuel. They'll run diesel here from Albury to Brisbane. Pretty much. I was saying Albury, I should say from Albury to Gold Coast, because we had a truck that drove all the way from Albury to the Gold Coast with fuel just pouring out all over the place, still running common rail diesel on a Mitsubishi Fuso. And I can't believe it's got a high pressure. He said it's got a high pressure pipe leak, and I said it wouldn't be running. It's the first time I'd seen it on the system. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It was there on the way, chuff, chuff, chuff. I've done that test sometime, that display on some vehicles. Vehicles kept running. I'll tell you why. If the pipe's rigid enough and solid enough in there, it'll still be enough, but it'll seep out a bit. So, but it still won't be a high enough pressure to take your arm off. So I'll tighten that back on. This thing's still going to be hard to start because it's got a... I'll crack the injector line. There should really nothing. Yeah.
So why did Snap-on teach us that get a picture of a hand that's been injected with diesel? And
I tell you, when the only case I've seen that happen, if you pull the injector out, and I've seen people do this, put it upside down and run the engine. Somehow you run it, well, you can run it on 3 cylinders, and put put your hand over the spray out of the holes, out of 7 holes that are injecting out of there, high pressure, and rev it up. Yes, that'll cut your finger off. I'm not going to go and say do it, it's going to happen all the time, because there is possibly situations in heavy marine where it does happen, because it did happen in WA, and it wasn't even common rail, but it was unit systems on your heavy marine. I think it was it the Navy? Yeah, it was the Navy back in Perth. Did you hear about that? Where several engineers died.
wow.
From a broken injector line on one of their ships. So, yeah, but yeah, it's just one of those things that's always, I've seen it as a myth.